So there's basically 3 places that you can hunt bison in the United States. First, you go to a place like Alaska where they moved herds into wild spaces where no one lives. They're not native there. You can do some things like float down a river and stuff like that. Second is you can draw a tag outside of a national park. Takes a couple of years to draw it. Third, and this is where about 90% of the bison are managed, is through a ranch. Most of the bison in the United States are managed through ranches. So I've been wanting to hunt bison for a long time and opted to give WTA a call and try to set up a bison hunt. So I'm headed in 2 weeks to chase him in South Dakota on a ranch. Putting in a few extra arrows of practice because I don't exactly know what we're going to expect. Could be a close shot, could be a far away shot. So I like to be prepared. And thankfully I've got a nice place to stay a little bit warmer out of the Michigan cold today.
Tell me about this hunt. Seen a lot of different things on YouTube, and it's like, I don't have any idea what this is going to be like.
We hunt a big area. What we're going to do is we're going to head out in the vehicle, try to spot from the road, and then go out on foot from there. There's a couple of roads that go in, 2 tracks, but they dead end. So there's going to be more walking than a person thinks. And I think a lot of people that actually come for the hunt, experience the hunt, at the end, they're like, that's a lot better hunt than I thought it was going to be. So that's our goal here.
How close are we going to be able to get to these things? I've heard, you walk 60 yards, they let you get there and you can just blast them.
This time of year, because the breeding season is August, September, the bigger bulls will be off by themselves, solitary. So that's a good thing for us. We've had days where we can get to 20 yards, which is plenty close. You know, that's kind of in the not so comfort zone for the hunter, but or the guide, I should say. But as long as the hunter, shoots straight, we're good. But we've had shots up to 80 yards with the bow, but the goal is to get as close as possible. So we're just going to head up to the top of this hill. We're hunting, we hunt 3 different ranches. This is the Southwest Ranch, so we're just looking for one specific bull that the rancher just as soon have us get. So we're going to drive up the top of this hill and then overlook some of this big pasture and rolling hills here. A little windy today.
Do you ever go days without finding anything?
Yeah, you do. Not a lot. You will have a few days where you go without seeing what you want. You may see some cows, you may see a big bull. It depends on what you're hunting. But there are days where we don't get what we're shooting at. And I think one of the big misconceptions of a lot of hunters that come out here, they think you're just going to go walk up to them and, shoot them. But it's, as you can see by the terrain, it's pretty big country, a lot of hills, and pretty easy for them to hide. So you never know what you're going to come across or not come across, I guess. And windy days like this, they're going to be laying pretty low. The wind is really rolling over here. I mean, granted, we're up on top of the hill in the middle of nowhere, but it's like almost impossible bow hunting wind right now.
Honestly, day 1 was a lot of driving. The basic idea for any hunt is you get up high and you look down and try to spot these, whatever you're hunting. And for South Dakota, you're not getting terribly high, but you're still trying to find bison down in these little nooks where the elevation dips and they can get out of the wind and the cold. Got some good intel. Bull moving its way down this tree line. We're thinking he's gonna head north into some water. So we're gonna grab a decoy, grab the bow, and just try to pull him towards us with the decoy.
The thing about buffalo is all of a sudden, boom, just gonna show up. All right, so we're down kind of behind this dugout mound out of the wind. What I'm gonna do is you guys stay here. I'm just gonna go peek up over the hill and just see what we got going. We did see one buffalo when we were coming in, and I just wanna make sure it's the right one before we're walking all over the country here. It's a little chilly and windy, so walking is good.
Yeah, walking is
I'm gonna
good.
go take a peek and I'll be right back.
Okay. So we make our way to a water tank and are hiding behind a berm to stay out of the wind and making a plan for what we're gonna do next. And Shannon peeks his head over, and just like he said, at any time a bull can show up.
He hasn't seen us yet.
Seeing those goalposts of horns looking at me, that was crazy. I'd seen buffalo before, but it's so different when you got your bow in your hand and you're trying to put an arrow in it. And I don't know if it was the decoy or if we were too visible, but he didn't stay around long.
The decoy almost worked. We were getting in a new position and Jordan's like, there he is. And sure enough, he had come over the hill. So we squatted down in the cattail and just kind of watched. He came into about 45 or so, but with the wind and the shot I had, I didn't feel good taking it. So he's a big horned bull. Kind of made his way back north again. We're gonna see if we can link up with him again and head him off. So we'll see what happens.
So the bull joined up with 3 cows, and they're kind of heading west right now. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna head through this low area, get an eye on them, and then try to get ahead of them.
Heck yeah.
So the bull was trailing the cows. The girls are in charge like normal.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just see what happens, try to get ahead of them. I don't know if we can.
I think we're gonna have to take a fairly steep angle because they're moving.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, so
rather
we'll
quickly.
gather our stuff and roll. All right. You know how to fold that thing up?
So, bull met up with the cows. We think they're kind of heading this way, and we think they're gonna actually make their way around. So, we're gonna hunker down in kind of this blow down little area. We've got a decoy set up right there, and hopefully they come around. They're looking at the decoy, and I can plug that bull.
So we're hunkered down in this group of trees. I've got the decoy off to our left, and I know the bull's coming actually from behind us, and the hope is he comes along this tree line, sees the decoy, and gives us a sub 40-yard shot, because at this point the wind picked up quite a bit. Just like we planned, this bull follows right along our tree line. However, when he pops out, he's over 60 yards away, so I've got to get down and try to make a play. So the bull sees me, takes off, and at this point, he's pretty agitated. The wind isn't letting up, and we decided it's smartest to back out, come back the next day, and hopefully day 2, he's still around and the wind's a little bit calmer.
Second day of the hunt today. -11 without the wind chill. I think with the wind it brings it down to like 26 below. The nice thing about the wind today is it's much calmer than yesterday, which was a huge problem for us when we were trying to get a shot at a bison. So hopefully that extends our range a little bit. We're going to go right back where we ended yesterday, see if those bison are still there, and put in the full day to go after them. Four bison right up about 80 yards away. I would love to get into this tall grass and crawl up in there, but we've got one cow that has got us kind of pegged, just looking at us, doesn't know who we are, so we're waiting for her to relax so we can make a move and get in that thick stuff and put a play on that bull.
Slowly eke that way, hands and knees.
So we get a bull located across a little marshy spot. The only problem is he's with a cow that has just locked onto us and stared at us for minutes at a time without moving at all. So we decide to get low and start moving up to them. But as we're gaining ground, they decide to get up and move to a different spot. So really our only chance to get within bow range at this point is to back out, loop around, and follow this single row of trees on the far side of the field that leads right up to them.
We get closer, the trees are going to thin out and they're going to be able to see us, so we really got to move slow.
So the goal here is to kill a bison with a single arrow, but we got a strong wind, we have minimal cover, and at this point, a cow is locked in on us. So I knock an arrow, wait for them to kind of look away, and I lean out and take a shot. First shot is 68 yards. Clean shot, arrow flies nice, but he acts like nothing happened, and so I load up another arrow. Wind pushes my second shot, still a good hit, but it moves him off to my left, which is nice because it gives us a chance to move up and get a little closer. So I get to full draw, and right as I do, the bull steps behind a cow. Now it's negative 30 degrees, and I'm cold, my hands are freezing, but as soon as that cow steps out of the way, I'm taking a shot.
It's so cold, and the wind is blowing so hard. We've been watching this bull for, I don't know, a couple of hours. We've been working on him. The first shot, hit him a little low, and he ate it pretty well. Put another shot into him, and just with the third shot, I buried it in there. So 53 yards on that last one. It's the shot we had. We're just watching him lay down right here, but that was wild. Alright, let's just check him out.
I thought I had a good sense of what this hunt would be, but when we get there, I mean, the weather's colder, they're way more wary than I thought, and it was harder to find them in the first place than I thought it would be. So walking up to this dead bull was really surreal. Just an American icon, a chance that I got to have to chase him, something I'll probably never get to do again. Couldn't be more happy with how the hunt went, and to do it with a bow was really special.